Jessica.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi, Jess.
Hi, Jess. And anybody else who sees this in the future, maybe we'll post it. So we're doing our ghee recipe tonight. So I've got a pound or so of unsalted organic butter here. It's a little bit soft. I've kept it out of the fridge. Okay, it's a pound. 2 cups. Yeah. All right. So I have a small pot on the stove. I'm actually just going to do 2 of these. I'm going to half it because I don't know if my jar will fit everything. So I'm just going to put it right in and turn the heat on fairly low because I don't want it to burn, but I do want it to melt. So kind of medium heat.
So what is it, ghee?
Ghee.
What does that mean?
So ghee is clarified butter, which basically means that we're taking out the milk fat. So you'll see once it starts to melt, it's going to turn into this really nice golden liquid. And you'll see the little milk solid pieces. They start to bubble up and they come to the surface, and then they eventually float down to the bottom, or sink down to the bottom. So what we're going to do is strain it so that those milk solids stay out. And then what we'll be left with is this really golden form of butter that it gets hard, but not as hard as like a stick of butter. You keep it out of the refrigerator. It's perfectly fine to just stay on your counter as long as you don't get any water in it, because that can cause bacteria to grow. But we're going to use a jar, just a glass jar. I'm using a stocking, a clean cut stocking. You can also use cheesecloth, but this is easy because it just, goes right on there, and it's cheap because I have stockings around my house. Alright. So this one's just melting. Jenny, if you want to come take a photo of the stove, you can get a little closer. See the process.
Ooh.
So we're about halfway melted. Nice golden color. It's really not until it's all liquefied that it starts to separate. Maybe pause and come back to it.
So you just use this butter for like you use regular butter. You're just purifying it because you're taking the animal fats out of it?
Right, exactly. So it's taking the animal fats out of it, it's taking the dairy out of it, so people who are lactose intolerant can use ghee because it's taking those milk solids out. And you use it just like you would regular butter, so you can spread it on toast.
Lobster.
Lobster, yes. Well, it's kind of like when you melt butter for lobster, you'll see this happens.
Yeah.
You can use it in cooking recipes. It's actually really good as a form of oil for your skin, so especially for pitta type people, you can use it on the skin, in your hair. It's good for putting up your nose, your nostrils, oiling the nostrils a little bit.
Now you can buy ghee.
You can.
But it seems to be expensive. So I'm wondering, is it cheaper to actually buy butter and then take out the fat than to buy it?
Yeah. Probably. Alright, so this is pretty well melted. So just to take a look at our recipe, it says that the butter will begin to smell like popcorn after a while and turn a lovely golden color. So you just want to keep a close eye on it because it can burn. You can burn those little milk solids. And you'll see that it gets this like foamy covering to it. You guys want to
It's kind of whitish, right?
Yeah.
Foamy, yeah.
So it says you'll have to take a dry spoon to move away some of the foam on top to see if the ghee is clear all the way through to the bottom. And I'm just going to turn the heat down a little bit.
Yeah, it's starting to bubble a little bit.
Yeah. Here it goes. Excuse me, I'm just going to grab a spoon. So if I move away some of this foaminess on top, oops, there we go. You can see that underneath is more clear, But I don't see any of my solids yet, so I'm going to let it keep going a little while longer.
Will the solids be actual clumps?
Yes, they will. It'll look almost like little curds.
Okay.
Makes this lovely, like, popping, hissing sound. And I'm just keeping an eye on my heat, making sure that it doesn't get too hot. I don't want it to burn.
But it can still bubble, like boil, kind of?
Yeah, yep, a little bubbling is okay.
How do you know when it's done?
So if I move the foam on top aside, I'll start to see that it's clear through to the bottom, and there are little solids that sink to the bottom.
So it pulls off the top.
Yeah, the top part I can kind of skim it off, or when I pour it through the strainer, it will catch it. And I just want to make sure that the solids don't turn like a brownish color. You don't want them to...
You can see them at the bottom?
Well, if it wasn't bubbling so much, let me turn my heat down. I don't, it's broken. Yeah, so it's getting clearer, but it's not quite totally clear yet. Generally takes, about 10 minutes or so. And really the smell is what will also start to let you know that it's done. It starts to smell like that popcorn. You want to take it off before it starts to smell like nuts, because then it's gone a little bit too far.
Okay, video, we'll come back when it smells like nuts.
Okay.